Isaiah 14:9. John 3:12. He said he's done, my child. Guys, that's how I receive messages. God didn't used to, he didn't used to give me a message in the middle of me recording. So that's another reason I know time is up. You saw the message of the day. That's what happens. He literally answers comments. Someone had said, well, why would God tell you and not tell anybody else? Guys, God is telling people now. He may have revealed it to me first, but he's telling his believers. He's giving them dreams. There was this one lady, she had a dream, and she woke up and he said he was coming. And literally the first thing when she opened up her phone was the double-digit number, like everyone's seeing 222 or 22 or 444 or 33 or 66. Any double number, everyone is seeing it because he's trying to show you something, he's trying to wake you up. Well, anyway, that was on her phone, and then the first video that came up was me talking about how God was coming and Jesus was coming. So again, I only speak what Jesus gives me. And this is what I believe. And like I said, because he said all this, and if so far so much has literally come to pass, guys, so much. You know, he said 7-fold earthquakes the other day. I just heard they got a 7.6. He said there were Wisconsin fires. That happened. He said that floods were coming to California. That happened. He said there was going to be a New England church fire. That happened. He said there was going to be aurora lights everywhere. That's coming, but it has happened because it was in Alaska when there's certain months where it's very visible in Alaska. He said there was going to be a halo around the moon and the sun. That has happened. He said there were going to be green skies. That is happening. A lot of what he's giving me, he talks to 3 different people, Jews, believers, and unbelievers in every single message. But in every single message, he shows you how to get to him, because this is what it's all about. It is all about believing in Jesus Christ and getting to him, because it's a free gift of salvation. There's nothing that you can do to get to heaven except for believe in him. It is your heart. And God knows your heart. God knows your thoughts. And the revelations he's been giving lately with Daniel 12 being unsealed. And let me just tell you, the devil mocks everything God has created. He mocked the Mazzaroth in Job 38, the heavens, the stars. He made it into astrology, not astronomy. Okay, so the devil is evil, but God and Jesus are good. And the devil even has a deception about how he's the good one and God and Jesus are false. But you want to know why people don't believe? Because they think the Bible is contradictory. It's not. It's absolutely perfect. But the problem is when you're reading it, you're not reading it through the Spirit's understanding. You're reading it through man's understanding, which is why man will never know the time, the day, or the hour. But if you come to Jesus with childlike faith and you believe in your heart that he died to save you for your sins, he will show you. He will confirm it to you. And then you will know. And then you can party with us at the wedding feast. Because there's nothing you can say to shake my faith. And okay, there is, they say the fallen away in the Bible. Yes, okay. And I'm not going to say the enemy isn't awesome, not awesome. I'm not going to say the enemy isn't awesome at his schemes. He can be very, very trickery and deceit, okay? But he's not awesome. God is awesome. Jesus is awesome. Let me just clarify that. But I don't give him that much credit. I don't think the enemy can do a light show in my backyard when people are scoffing me about releasing the date with childlike faith. Because, you know, people always go back to the February 15th and the midnight cry, but they don't even realize that it was impossible for me to know February 15th was being the midnight cry, because Matthew 25:6 literally is the midnight cry, and the calculations in the Stellarium app on the Mazzaroth is 25.6 on February 15th. Now, you may think that's a coincidence, but it's not. It's not a coincidence that February 15th, a unscheduled blood crescent moon showed up over the Sea of Galilee. Unscheduled. That's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence when God said he was coming on Tu B'Shavat. Okay, sorry, my storage ran out, so I had to jump to another video. It's not a coincidence that, or now I was on the cometh. Okay, so if you look at the definition for cometh, it says just beginning or arrived. Oh, sorry, I gotta fix my makeup now because God poured his spirit out on me. It's crying. So that's not a coincidence, you know, that he said that, because it showed the contractions, and the contractions actually met up with the messages. Okay, so because in February, after February 15th, not to mention Tu B'Shavat, guys, that was when 5 earthquakes happened in Turkey and all over the place, and poor souls, 40,000 people died. But God was trying to show everybody that the contractions were starting, because the midnight cry literally just happened. And that's why February, a couple things came true, and then March, more things came true at a faster pace. And then April, a lot of things came true at even more of a faster pace. And now we're in May, and things are coming true like that. But a lot of the messages he's giving me with the prophecies are going to be after we are gone. It is basically a instruction manual, okay? It's an instruction manual for all of it. It's like he revealed to me that entire stack of papers like this big with all the scriptures and all the messages is literally unsealing Daniel 12. That's part of the things, all the messages being unsealed. And I'm not talking just about my messages. I'm talking about the people that he's appointed to speak for him. The people that are claiming that he is Christ, that he is God, that you're saved by faith and grace, and they speak on the way to get to the kingdom and not just on wrath. The people that know that he's coming for his bride, those are the ones that he's appointed to speak. If they're speaking any other words, they're not of him. And the Lord lets me know who is true and who is false, because before I even go on a page and I listen to a word, the Lord goes like this and he says, no, no, no. Or he'll go like this and he'll say, yes, my child, watch. But he told me not to watch other prophets, because we prophesy in part and we do not know the entire meaning. And guys, I haven't studied the Bible my whole life. Jesus is literally giving me all of these revelations. Do you think I could come up with 20 scriptures in my head and make it make sense? No, I could not do that. That is supernatural. That is God. Okay, and I'm not even going to give AI credit about that, given that many scriptures. I mean, that's crazy. But anyway, I stand on what I said, and like I said, I believe 100%. I'm not trying to deceive anybody, and if I'm wrong, I'm going to tell you I'm wrong. I'm going to tell you I'm wrong, because then I wouldn't want God's wrath coming after me. But I do not believe I am, and there's just too many signs. There's too many confirmations. See, if you think about it, the Tu B'Shavat thing, because there was a different meaning, I didn't get any confirmations except for a couple things talking about the 15th. But see, the 15th was a very, very important day, because it was the midnight cry. That is why he gave somebody a dream about 2 dimes and a nickel, because he was pointing out the 15th, because it was the midnight cry in Matthew 25:6. And I only know that verse now because Jess spoke it the other day on the live. So I know that one. Okay. And guys, it is